Today we have the TengYun 2x2 and the HuangLong 5x5. So many years ago, DaYan had the best 2x2 by far, and it was pretty much everyone's main until the Volk came out. This is about 1 millimeter smaller than the Volk, so that's making me nervous, because the Volk is the perfect size for me. Whoa, this is really quiet. If you're disturbing your parents by cubing, you should consider getting this. For comparison, here's what the Volk sounds like. And here's the YJMGC. Okay, let's try a solve. I'm not gonna one-look this. So, I don't know, no problems. I'll have to definitely do a lot of solves on this because all 2x2s feel pretty good out of the box. I think this cube is $18 on Speedcube Shop, and that means that it's only cheaper than the Volk. It's definitely more expensive than the YJMGC, which is $10 and also really, really good. So if you're getting into 2x2, I recommend this one. But since the TengYun is so quiet, I think it already has its place on the market. Kind of like the TengYun 3x3, where it's not amazing, but it's super duper quiet. Like, this is the cube I could use on a plane. And to compare, here's the WR. But the 2x2 is even quieter, like it sounds like it's being muffled. So one thing is, if you're getting this in stickerless, I don't really like the green. It's not like if this was gonna be my main, that would stop me because it's not a huge deal, but I do think the green on the other cubes look better. All right, let's look at corner cutting. So 45 degrees, easy. And let's see, reverse corner cut a little bit. Yep, a little bit more. All right, having white on top, it works perfectly fine. So the tensions are probably not even right now. But right now, how I feel about this is the turning is super smooth, like smoother than any other 2x2. And in terms of its performance, the big difference between the Volk and the MGC, or basically the Volk and every other 2x2 that came before it, is the cubes that came before it felt like, you can't see it here, but it feels like I can always overshoot or undershoot just depending on how hard I turn, versus on the Volk, it feels a lot more like the magnets make the piece snap into place. Although these are all magnetic, so it's probably not actually the magnets, just the way the cube is built. So on every 2x2, I get a fast feel, but on the Volk, it does feel a lot more stable. And on the TengYun, I kind of feel that same thing. Okay, let's look at the parts box. So pretty much just have extra springs in here. I'm not that into customizing 2x2, so I probably wouldn't use them. Okay, now the HuangLong 5x5. Woo, looking like the Little Magic 5x5. So this is what I'll be comparing it to because the Little Magic is about $17 and this is $20. The turning feels not slow, but definitely slower than I'd like it to be, especially considering what Yushin cubes usually are. Like the Little Magic is extremely fast. It's way easier to turn. It just locks up a little bit more because I feel like maybe it wasn't designed quite as well as the HuangLong, but this doesn't feel much like Yushin. It looks like Yushin to me, but it doesn't feel like it. I'm wondering if it's the way it's lubed, because I feel like this cube could actually be pretty good if I didn't have to put so much effort into turning, because the harder I turn on the pieces, the harder it is for me to control it and turn accurately. So that's just a little problem I'm having right now. Okay, so I'll do some solves for both of these. Thank you to Speedcube Shop for sending me these cubes, and if you want to buy anything, links are in the description as well as a discount code. So I did some solves on the DaYan TengYun, and I have to say I do like it a lot. The Volk is great as well, but then the difference is that obviously besides it being quieter, a lot quieter, it actually is easier to turn for long periods of time, as I feel like it's more effortless to turn than the Volk. I feel like it trades off that with control a little bit, so as far as I can tell, I'm not like a world-class 2x2 solver by any means, but as far as I can tell, they are about the same in terms of how good you could be with them. And then the other thing is the size. Being about 1 millimeter smaller than the Volk, which I think is pretty much the perfect size, I think that is a slight downside for me, but as long as I keep practicing on this, I feel like there's a chance I may like it more than the Volk. Only time will tell, but right now I'm thinking that I would rank this cube about the same as the Volk. So for me, it is tied for best 2x2 on the market, and I believe it is cheaper as well. And by the way, I have not practiced 2x2 in a while, but for some reason my recognition got faster and my ability to one look got worse. So you're seeing times that are exactly the same as what I used to average. And I also forgot a lot of my EG1 algs, but I've been using jperm.net to train it, so check that out if you haven't already. I have a link in the description to the video where I talk about how it works. Okay, now the HuangLong 5x5. In one word, it's bad. That's 2 words. I think that the Little Magic is even better, so if you're looking for a budget 5x5 that's magnetic, then get that one. And if you're looking for a budget 5x5 not magnetic, I don't think there are ones that are quite as good, but you could look at the Yushin Cloud, which is pretty good. Although I highly recommend the Little Magic M, and if you're going for a good 5x5, like best on the market, then get the Volk 5. I just really didn't have a lot of fun turning this cube as it was too slow and kind of locked up a lot, so I averaged like 10 seconds slower on this. So I hope you find this review helpful, and as always, if my mind changes about these in the future, you'll hear about it in a separate video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.